And now let's go to Natalie, who's with Joy Gutierrez of New Mexico Event and Wedding Planner Magazine.
Welcome, Joy, and thank you for joining us. Would you please tell us about your magazine?
Yes, thank you for having me. We are a full 8.5 by 11 full color publication. We provide information for weddings and events of all types. So if there's any bride-to-be out there that is looking for a resource for any type of tips or any user information that they can have at their fingertips, they can pick up our publication for that information.
Wow, it sounds really good. And would you please let us know what the top 3 articles are for the magazine?
Yes, we have, which is really great that we've had a really good response to, is we have a free engagement announcement where any bride-to-be can send us in a photo of themselves and their fiance, and they can go on ahead and actually have that information printed in the publication for free. We have that. We also have, as I mentioned before, we have the wedding planner to help anybody out who is looking at planning a wedding and needs some tips. They can go on ahead and go onto that two-page spread we have on that. And then finally, one thing we've done is we've researched and have actually found out why we do certain wedding traditions. I know here in New Mexico we do La Marcha and we do the dollar dance, but one in particular I know that we were talking about is actually why brides throw the bouquet and why the gentlemen throw the garter. And it's actually because of the fact that people thought that a bride was good luck. So they would actually rip off pieces of her clothing, and so what ended up happening as the tradition is the bride would toss her bouquet of flowers as a getaway, to basically get away. So it's really neat kind of finding out all these traditions and why we do them and why they still hold true today.
That's really interesting. I personally didn't know that, and it sounds really, really great. And very, very interesting also and convenient for these brides-to-be for this magazine. So as a professional, Joy, would you please enlighten us about what you think the top 3 tips are for these brides-to-be?
I think, first of all, set your budget, just so that way you know exactly what you have to spend, what you can afford. We also have a variety of different vendors that we work with where if anybody's looking for anything from audiovisual, from microphones, anything for DJ services, cakes, flowers, anything and everything you could think of, we do have that information in there, as well as resources for them to be able to plan their wedding and make it special for themselves.
Sounds really good. So where can we get this magazine?
You can pick it up at any location from Albuquerque all the way to north of the border at the current time. We're looking on expanding, but that's the current distribution we have. They can pick it up at Whole Foods, any restaurants. They can pick it up at the local community colleges. And then if they still are having a hard time finding it or anything like that, they can contact us on our website, which is nmplanner.com, and we can go ahead and get some copies out to them.
Sounds really good. So is there anything else you'd like to add for our new brides-to-be?
Yeah, our publication, we're just a little different than what's currently available. We do want to try to incorporate the New Mexican traditions and cultures. Like I said, being a native New Mexican, I'm familiar with quite a bit of those. So I just want to make sure, that we do focus on that with our publication. And we know that, really holds true to some of the brides-to-be as well.
Well, great. I'm really glad that this magazine is out there. It sounds like a lot of fun, a lot of interesting things, and very convenient for all our brides-to-be. So thank you once again. My name is Natalie Trujillo with Weddings 505.